Hello. Did you realise that some of the latest scientific research has shown that beetroot is many times more powerful and anti-inflammatory than even turmeric and ginger? And
in China, it's been used for thousands of years.
yeah, it has, and it's only just being discovered here in the Western world
by science. For those of you who don't know us, we're Piet and Grada from the Purple House Wellness Center in Tasmania, and for years, every week, we do a short Facebook Live to share something important with you to help you lead your best life like we do. So today we want to talk about beetroot again, and especially a product called Beetflow. And I want to tell you a funny story. One year, Pete and I went away for a few days on a holiday, and I was in holiday mode and packed my bag and my swimmers, my books, my study books. I love studying, and camera and all the rest. And I forgot to bring the Beetflow, and it wasn't good, was it, Pete?
Not really.
No. After a few, I thought, oh well, doesn't matter. And of course, Beetflow is not readily available in like normal health food shops and all the rest. I'm talking about Beetflow. We've stocked it since the year 2009 when we discovered it. Anyway, so after a few days, my tummy felt like it had been through a cement mixer, and it was all stuck and tight and sore and bloated, and my mood was very bad. Pete remembers it, don't you, Pete? So Beetflow is something that I would honestly not skip for one day.
No, I had a similar experience one time. We went to Melbourne for a workshop one weekend, followed by the next weekend. The first weekend I didn't take my Beetflow or supplements, and we had strange food, not normal food, and I tell you what, my tummy blew up like a balloon. But the next weekend, I took my supplements and had the same food, and I was fine.
Yeah. So Beetflow is excellent to keep your digestive system on track, right? So let's dive into it a little bit deeper. Why we recommend, well, we believe everyone in today's fast-paced world with like all sorts of strange food that's not natural for the body and toxins. What is the key factor, Peter, that is so beneficial from Beetflow? When you don't take it, you miss out on the best life, really, in our opinion.
Well,
just in a short version.
It's full of nitric oxide that dilates little tubes in the body, and it assists the bile ducts to open up, and the liver can drain the bile, which is the waste from the body, but it also helps tremendously with the digestive process.
Yeah. I think the key is absolutely bile flow. So this is something that is forgotten. You almost never hear it, not even in the naturopathic circles, right? Not even famous doctors and naturopaths that we follow and mentors. People skip that part about that your bile needs to be runny and flowing. So just to put it in perspective, you produce about 750 ml of bile, which is like 3/4 of a liter per day. So every day, that is a lot of bile that's produced in your body by the liver. Then it goes into the gallbladder, into the small intestines, and it helps you to digest all your fats really, really well. So Pete and I also believe that in today's world, when people, vitamin D deficiency is very, very common. That's because people's bile is not flowing, right?
Because it's fat-soluble hormones, vitamin Ds, and
exactly.
If you're not eating fats and not digesting them, you're not going to have them in your body.
No. So a natural way to increase your vitamin D, going on a little bit of a tangent now, is to go out in the sun. 20 minutes a day is often enough, and eat your butter. Butter is full of vitamin A and D, which is great for your body, and take a Beetflow to help your body actually absorb the fats.
Just another random fact. Men are known to get up of a morning and walk down the passageway. From the bedroom to the bathroom, they let off nearly all the way. They fart a lot. Whereas I've been taking this every day now pretty well since 2009, and you can ask Rada, she hardly ever hears me
No, that's absolutely true.
You don't produce much gas anymore. Bloating and gas is a bile flow problem, and this relieves that, gets the bile flow going. It also contains taurine, which does exactly the same thing as the nitric oxide. It dilates little tubes in the body, so it's excellent for kidney and heart health, high blood pressure, but we're speaking specifically about digestion now, and the way it does it, it dilates the bile ducts so the bile will flow to digest the fat properly. That bile also neutralises the stomach acid contents.
That's helpful, so it doesn't burn.
Yeah, if they remain too acid, it'll burn the inside of the bowel and kill off all the good gut bacteria. So the bile needs to flow properly to neutralise that acid, so the small bowel's nice and happy.
Okay, and if it's too sticky, that's often caused by the contraceptive pill, too much alcohol, stress, medication, anti-inflammatory medication, you name it.
People who smoke with nicotine, they are constricting their little tubes in the body as well, so same thing.
I was talking about the bile, but anyway.
Yeah, well, they constrict the bile ducts as well.
I know, so it has many benefits. It's like a tree with many branches, right? Whichever way you look at it, your body benefits. And we're talking about the Beetflow. So if your bile is not flowing and it gets like, of course it's not flowing one day, that means by the next day you're already blocked up. And some people's bile never flows. Can you just imagine? So the insides of your body are always like compacted, and then maybe you get diarrhea one day, constipation another day, or gas and bloating. Your skin isn't clear, or acne, and your hair gets thin, and your nails, like every part of your body really depends on the inside tube, right? How well that is.
Plus your brain doesn't function properly.
No, I was just going to say that. Memory loss, brain fog, I mean, that's all really, really terrible. I can't even remember, by the way, when I last had brain fog. It might be 20 years ago. My brain is so good. And, you know, Pete and I haven't had an easy life. So if you know about our stories, we've had many ups and downs, right? But brain fog isn't one of those, thank goodness. Our brains are always pretty clear. So Beetflow will melt all that, in a sense you could think of like candle wax. It melts and it goes down the toilet. Or you could think of it in a way like when your plumbing is blocked, you need to get in the plumbers, don't you? And that to open up the pipe. So Beetflow does that. So then that is the key part that we want to talk about. When you don't have it in your life, so Pete and I, we have it every day, then we take it for granted how good we feel, because we've done this now since the year 2009, which is when we went to the US to study our functional medicine and all the rest. So that's already 16 years, right? And many of our clients, hundreds, perhaps thousands of our clients, use it on a daily basis as well, so it flies off the shelf. But there's something else that we put together, and that is Beetflow. And then Pete already told you about how your microbiome needs to stay healthy. So the gut needs to be full of healthy gut bacteria that you benefit from, because that's also your immune system. And for various reasons, almost no one has healthy gut bacteria anymore today, right? So we recommend, start with the Beetflow, but if you want to give your body a complete, proper support, life support, get the ultimate vitality boost.
Replenish the good intestinal bacteria on a daily basis. That's what I recommend everyone
and
does.
you really benefit. It's just amazing.
Because they send messages to our brain that keeps our brain nice and happy and functioning properly.
80% of the messages in the brain come from the gut, and then 20% goes down. So 80% comes up, right? 20% goes down. So if your tummy isn't healthy, it's impossible really to have happy thoughts.
I also recommend everyone take an enzyme that's got all the different enzymes in to break down every type of food, because it takes the load off our pancreas, but we also don't produce the enzyme to break down vegetables. So if we eat veggies, which most of us do, we're probably not getting a lot out of them if we don't have the enzyme to help break them down.
That's the reason why Pete and I mostly only eat fermented vegetables.
And my life was turned around when I was introduced to enzymes by a vet. My digestion
Was shot, really.
I couldn't tolerate
Much.
quite a few foods, but when I started taking enzymes, my digestion became cast iron. I can eat anything.
And your life turned around, Pete.
And my
Moods improved.
bad moods improved greatly.
They disappeared.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. All right, so that is thanks
You can read about all that in our little free ebook that you can download off our website, the Ultimate Vitality Boost
Is it upside
booklet.
down? Yeah.
It's back to front. But.
Sorry. Anyway, it's called the Ultimate Vitality Boost booklet. It's got all the information in it that you need, like also Peter's story a little bit, but more importantly, all about you, some problems that you will probably resonate with when you read it. And then we recommend everyone takes their daily iodine drops. That's even recommended by the Tasmanian government, right? So you can Google that. This is a really safe iodine drop.
It'll absorb in through the skin, or you can have it in water.
For women, it's really good to put it on your boobs, just on the skin here, near the lymphatic system.
There's a lot of receptor sites for iodine in the breasts and sex organs, and it does wonders for the thyroid needs it, but every cell of the body needs it.
So iodine like this, Pete and I have already taken it for 20 years. So we were one of the lucky people in Australia to start off with iodine when it was rediscovered in the year 2005, and I think we started the year 2006, and then we reintroduced it into the northwest of Tasmania, and it's really available everywhere now. So there's a free iodine book that you can download. Please go ahead and download it from the Purple House website. That's also packed with super important information, why you need it and what happens to your body when you're deficient in iodine. Pretty much actually nothing works, doesn't it?
Quite a few people ask me, how can you tell that I'm deficient in iodine? You live in Australia.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting any in the food we eat.
No.
Yeah.
Which is really tragic, right?
And a lot of the world is
all right, so
deficient in
that's
iodine.
right. But, so we put those four products together in the Ultimate Fertility Boost, which is a package. When you buy them together,
we discount them almost
$20 off, I think, something like that. Anyway, so we just feel so passionate about it. We were chatting this morning about our holiday, and the times that we've got Beetflow, we were a bit lazy. We thought, well, that's such a big bottle, I'm not going to put it in my carry-on bag or whatever. But we learned quickly, didn't we, Pete?
Yeah.
So
it's one of the first things that goes in the bag.
So I would never go without it, that's for sure. And Pete and I, we want everyone to feel good, to be happy, to preserve your health that you've got, to regenerate your body. We have a new body every year. Your liver is actually new every 8 weeks, which is quite incredible. And so the body is always aiming towards better health and to give you more happiness and health and, abundance and all of that. But it needs the right support. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if you do have a bit of trouble digesting fats and feel a bit nauseous, after meal with a lot of fat in, you can do what we call a Beetflow flush by taking 2 Beetflow every half hour for about 3 hours, and it really gets the bile flow going, so the nausea disappears.
That's just a very mild but effective Beetflow flush, or liver flush really. It works really, really well. It's also very safe. All right, so I hope we inspired you. If you have any questions for us, let us know. Send us a message or an email. We're here to support you. The Purple House Kitchen is also open with delicious food. If you live locally, come and visit us. We're open Wednesday.
Or if you live on the mainland, fly over and visit us.
And of course, we're open to see clients Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Also, the reception, you can ring and talk to Ashley. She can also answer all your questions. So, we love to support you, live the best life. Thanks for being part of our community, and wishing you a really wonderful week.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.